Everything else, he's checked off. Coached at Michigan, his alma mater. He won a championship at Michigan. It's not going to get any better than that at the collegiate level. Now, he wants that Super Bowl. And also, here's another benefit of going to the Chargers. You're inheriting a great young quarterback in Justin Herbert. And I would argue and say that I think he's a better fit for the NFL than college. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you having a great and fantastic Wednesday. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. And man, oh man, we got some big time news to talk about. And it involves no other than one of the most controversial head coaches right now, and most definitely the man of the hour, Jim Harbaugh. Now, if you've been keeping up with college football, even to the slightest, you know why Jim Harbaugh is a controversial head coach. It's not for anything he's done on the field. I think he's one of the best coaches, not just in college football, but in general in the entire world. It has more to do with the NCAA than anything else, and I'll just come out and say it. I think it's clear-cut and obvious. The NCAA has been going at Jim Harbaugh for years now. They're definitely targeting him in Michigan. And maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. Maybe you believe differently, but that's how I feel about the situation. Don't even get me started on the whole hamburger incident. I could go on a 20-minute rant just talking about that topic alone. I'm not going to go on a rant. Don't worry, but I am going to explain it briefly here to the people that aren't informed. A couple years back, a football recruit was going up to visit Jim Harbaugh in Michigan and just doing typical recruit stuff. You tour the facilities, meet all the players, you kind of get to see everything, and it's a great time. Well, in the midst of all that, Jim Harbaugh was like, hey, you know what? I'm kind of hungry. You want to go grab some food? And the recruit, he said, yeah, I'm hungry as well. Let's do it. And Jim Harbaugh, not thinking too much about it, he paid for the guy's meal. Keep in mind, it was just a hamburger, not even a cheeseburger. We couldn't even throw a slice of cheese on there, just a hamburger. And you know what I'm about to say next, right? The NCAA, I don't know how, but somehow, some way, they found out about it, and yeah, they went after Jim Harbaugh in Michigan for it. Granted, I will throw this in there, context is key. The whole dilemma about the situation in general, too, was Jim Harbaugh did lie about it. But come on, man, we are talking about a freaking hamburger. And this is why I think the NCAA, they just go after who they feel like going after. They target people. And I get it, he broke the rules, but sometimes I feel like you got to shrug off certain things. If Harbaugh would have bought him, I don't know, let's just say, what's kind of expensive? We'll say a PS5, okay, that's kind of expensive. If Jim Harbaugh would have bought that said player PS5, we got a little different conversation on our hands here. But the fact we're talking about a $4.84 hamburger just blows my mind. Meanwhile, and this is just between me and you because I've talked to some of these recruits, my Amy's offering out $2 to $3 million per player, but different conversation for a different day. I think you get the point. Jim Harbaugh, NCAA, not good friends whatsoever. And Harbaugh has made this evidently clear without officially saying it. He hates the NCAA, and I would too if I was in his shoes. Well, now that I think about it, does anybody watching this video actually agree with anything the NCAA does? I don't think so. And the hamburger incident was just one that I always continue to single out. There's many more. Fast forward in time to our current season, we know what happened. Michigan Manifesto, aka Connor Stallions. That is a situation right there. I can't dive too deep into detail because we'd be up here for the next 45 minutes. We've already talked plenty about that. If you want more details, go check out the previous videos. And the Connor Stallions situation is really fascinating because apparently and allegedly, he was doing it all by himself. And from all the information I've seen, and I was covering that situation very closely, I believe it. Connor Stallions is the definition of a psychopath, and I don't mean that in a bad way, and to a certain degree and extent here, I actually admire his dedication and hard work. I know he was cheating, but dude, there's just a part of me that's gotta respect the hustle. He had how long was it? Was it like a 500-page plan of how he was going to take over the Michigan football program? I mean, who does that? And also, he went to a Naval Academy school with the sole intent of thinking it would help him become a head football coach one day. Think about that. He didn't even go to a Naval Academy because he wanted to go there. He went there because he thought it'd be great to put on his resume. And then he had this whole side business going on in this LLC, and it looked like he was sponsoring somehow, some way Blake Corum. It was just a crazy situation. But yet again, whether he was doing it alone or Jim Harbaugh somehow, some way knew about it, it's going to fall back on Harbaugh because he was on the staff. And currently, as when I'm speaking, and currently as when you're watching this video, the NCAA, they're doing an investigation on Michigan. Now, here's the kicker with that. People were wondering, and I had so many people ask me, yo, Matt, when are they going to put out this penalty on Michigan? When are they going to put out the ban hammer? Well, I hate to be a bearer of bad news, but that's not going to be for at least 4 to 6 years. These investigations take forever. As to why they take forever, I have no idea. And we know Michigan's going to get penalized somewhat. We just don't know how much they're going to get penalized. And I'd say best case scenario, we'll hear something in the next 2 or 3 years. But I don't like to get my expectations up, and I'm not going to do that to you guys, so just expect something to come out in the next 5 to 7 years. But whoa, hold on. I know what all you sitting here saying. Matt, why in the crap are you telling me all this? What does this have to do with Jim Harbaugh potentially leaving Michigan? Well, my friend, it has everything to do with it. This right here, everything I've told you up until this point, this is the reason Jim Harbaugh's leaving. He is beyond sick and tired of the NCAA, and I don't blame him. I'm tired for him. I'm sick and tired of the NCAA attacking Michigan, and I don't have a horse in the race. Yet again, got those in here. The Connor Stallions thing, yeah, that's rightfully deserved. They should be going after him. But everything before that, no. And you may not like Jim Harbaugh, but guess what? The dude isn't dumb. He knows this Michigan football team and program, I'm not going to say they're going to crumble, like start going 4-8, 5-7, but we'll just say this, there's some dark days ahead. The championship they won this year, it was the pinnacle. Michigan will never win another college football championship. It won't happen. At least in my lifetime. Maybe it happens in 40 or 50 years, but anytime soon with the NIL and everything, absolutely not. They can't compete. And I hate to say that because my Michigan fans, they've been great to the channel, and I have a ton of respect for them. Great fan base, but it's the truth. This year was nothing short of magical, and it was almost like the stars aligned up perfectly. You couldn't have scripted a better season for Michigan. Everything went their way. You had your star quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. He came back this year, and he was fantastic. And yes, that's right. I'm labeling him as a star. I believe that. At the collegiate level, he was a star. You also had your star running back come back, Blake Corum. That was amazing. And it's not even like you needed him to come back because Donovan Edwards, he ain't too far behind him. Your defense elite, had great weapons surrounding your quarterback, but the best part about this Michigan team was how old they were. Nobody talks about that enough. This Michigan team, they had experience. They was almost like a veteran football team. And that's what made up for a lack of talent. Compared to Ohio State, no, they're not as talented. But they're older and they have more experience. And when you're older, you have more experience and you got more 3, 4, 5-year guys, that also equates to more chemistry. It was a match made in heaven, but now those guys are leaving, your star quarterback's gone, and without J.J. McCarthy, you can kiss winning a championship goodbye. It can't happen. It won't happen. Not going to happen. And I tell you this, I'd much rather be in the shoes of Michigan. Here's how I view it. If I was a fan base of a certain team, I don't want false hope. I don't want to go 8-4, 9-3 every year. No. I'd rather go 1-11 for 9 years, and on that 10th year, go 15, 16-0 and win a championship. Because to me, that's what the game's about. If I'm not first, I'm last. I don't want to go 10-2. I don't want to be like Ohio State pretty much. I don't want to go 11-1 every single year and get close to a championship and get my heart broken every single time. No. I want to go 6-6 for 5 years in a row, then win a championship. That's how I feel about it. And yet again, I have to share this with you to give you some context behind why Jim Harbaugh's leaving. I'm not just going to sit up here and say, oh, yep, Jim Harbaugh's leaving, guys. End of the video. I'll see you tomorrow. No. I'm going to explain it and break it down. Now, with all that being said, and I know it was a lot, let's fast forward in time to our current date of today, January 24th, as when I'm making this video and you're seeing it. Or you could be seeing it a day after, but it's when it's going up on the channel. You get the point. The last time we talked about Jim Harbaugh, reports came out that him and the Chargers, they were having a meeting. And that was their first meeting about a week ago. But yesterday, the Chargers and Jim Harbaugh, they met again for the second time. And it was being reported from a very reliable source, quote unquote, they are in striking distance to getting a deal done. I'm going to throw this out there. This isn't some rumor. It's not speculation. No, this is facts. This is from very reliable sources that cover the NFL. And it's also being stated that Harbaugh wants to be the coach and the Chargers want him to be the coach. So I know what you're sitting there saying. Well, Matt, why haven't they announced this yet? What's going on? Well, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, particularly when it comes to numbers, money, and stuff like that. You know, all the nerdy stuff that we're just not going to get into because we really don't know all that quite just yet. But from everything I'm seeing, I would expect an announcement fairly soon. It could be really, really soon. And me personally, if I was in Jim Harbaugh's shoes, I do the exact same thing. We've talked about it before. One thing that's on Jim Harbaugh's bucket list that he hasn't checked off is winning a Super Bowl. Everything else, he's checked off. Coached at Michigan, his alma mater. He won a championship at Michigan. It's not going to get any better than that at the collegiate level. Now, he wants that Super Bowl. And also, here's another benefit of going to the Chargers. You're inheriting a great young quarterback in Justin Herbert. I don't know how true this is, but there's been reports coming out that Jim Harbaugh loves Justin Herbert. Those are rumors, but I don't see why he wouldn't love him. I think everybody loves him. He's a phenomenal talent. And it seems like the Chargers have a really good team. They just haven't been able to put it together these past couple of years. And I think Jim Harbaugh, he's the guy to do it. We've seen it before. He's gotten very close to winning a Super Bowl, and he has seen a ton of success at the NFL. And I would argue and say that I think he's a better fit for the NFL than college. I don't know know what it is. I just always thought he fit better in the NFL. Maybe that's just me. I think he's a great leader of men in general, but the NFL, I just always thought it was a better fit for him. The way the college game is trending, especially now with the NIL and transfer portal, it's a slippery slope. Because remember, when Jim Harbaugh first got to Michigan, there wasn't all this NIL and transfer portal bull crap going on. But now it's like, do I really want to be involved in this big ball of crap and drama? I know I wouldn't. Being a college football head coach is one of the most stressful jobs in all of America right now, and you can't change my mind. At least in the NFL, you got guys that can handle the salary and all that crap and whatnot. In college, no. If you're the head coach, you got to deal with the NIL and transfer portal yourself. Let me know in the comment section, what do y'all think about this move if he does get the job? I personally like it. I'd like to see Harbaugh back in the NFL, but I'd also especially like to see Justin Herbert with a good head coach. I'm not going to sit up here and say that Herbert with the right head coach could win 4 straight Super Bowls, but I think he'll definitely be doing better than what he's doing now. According to all the reports, we'll be hearing something soon. Let me know your thoughts down below, but